All right, let's see. Let's see. All right, there we go. Sweet. Open new. Let's go to my channel. I need to get a link. Yo, what's up, guys? What is going on, my dudes? Let me get this link real quick. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right, let me post this here. Post in the Discord, and I think we're good to go for a bit. There we go. Sweet. Oh, man. What is up, dude? What's up, Rich? What up, man? What's up, Connick? What up, Jordan? Hope everybody's doing well. What's up, Kevin? Yo. Yo, what is going on, man? What is going on? Yo, hope everybody's having a great day. Let me see something. Let me, it's not post. Yo. All right. Rip. All right. Now it's gone. Sweet. Like I say, maybe I didn't post. All right. We're good now. We're good. I miss AMC at 40. I don't want to be buying at 43 for personal morale reasons. Got you. I feel you, Kevin. I feel you, man. Yo, what's up, Ballard? How you doing, brother? What's up, Mal? What's up, Valico? What's up, Barbershop? What is going on, my man? Hope you're doing well, dude. What's up, Vincent? Not the direction we want to be in due time, dude. Yeah, we're good, Crack. We're good. There's a lot of issues today, man. A lot of issues. I'm gonna make a video on that later too, especially on the SI data today, man. I don't know, dude. Man, it makes you not even want to use Ortex or even S3 partners anymore. If they really are that far off, like, why are we even using the data from either one of those places? Honestly, I still think they're way far off from where they say they were, right? Because you're looking at different areas, you get different numbers, but I'll go over a lot of that today as well in the video. Need some good news, man. I'm suffering, yo, man. I feel you, dude. I feel you. I mean, at the end of the day, man, if you zoom out, we're still at a really good spot. You know, we're still at like above 40 bucks. We had that one low back here. I can bring it back to the hour chart and show you what I mean by that. We had this one low right back here at what was it at? Like 40 or 37.66 on the third. We had the 37.66 back here on the third. We also had this one low at like 41.50 back there to touch as well. So if we were to fall, obviously this morning, earlier today, we did fall down to 39, so we did break that earlier. So right now, you're probably looking at 39.71 as being a maybe possible, like, you know, bottom, or maybe a 37.66. Wasn't that long ago. Those would definitely be barriers if you drop below those two to look for support. For support at. The numbers today didn't help us at all, though. We had a really good pump up this morning going into the market. But then, yeah. Obviously, the bottom dropped out right there, but also I feel like there was a lot of manipulation going on, especially with like short interest numbers being lied about, yada, yada, yada. The list goes on there. If you guys looked at Ortex numbers this morning, or even S3 Partners this morning, said we were at like a 19% short interest rate, or short interest was, was right around 19. Was right around 19 on the short percentage points right there. And then like a couple hours later, they revised that back down to like 12.5 again. The numbers are definitely getting messed with 100%. I definitely think that hurts. You know what I mean? It hurts because it spreads a lot of misinformation out there. Whereas people are looking at numbers and it's saying 19, and the next second they're looking at numbers and it's saying 12 again. That's the reason why I know for sure we're not getting the right numbers right now. And that's the reason why it's hard to look at places like Ortex right now, or hard to look at even S3 Partners. And obviously, S3 Partners are a little more expensive, but even they were off from those numbers as well, baiting back on the 28th. They were closer than Ortex, but again, S3 Partners is a little more expensive as well. I mean, I've used S3 Partners, plenty of times before, but it's just like, it's very annoying to see something so far off. And I mean, it almost seems like, everybody's collaborating with each other against the retail at this point, right? Down days of smack talk comes out, put salt in the wound, scare people. Well, yeah, obviously. And that's the reason why I said I feel like those numbers we had earlier come out on the SI data at like 19.5 this morning. I feel like those are more real, but I still think it's higher than that though, because you're not counting in, you know, synthetics and so on, and the naked shorts there either. Those things don't really get counted in, because technically those naked shorts are already, you know, wink wink, covered after a couple of days, so don't have to report those. But they're not covered because they're using the options, man, the options market to cover those naked shorts. Simple cover. What I mean by that is cover them up to make it look like they're returned. That's all they are giving. I get that, man. I get that, Shadow. I get what you're saying, but the thing is, they're so far off, because at the end of the day, they're using. It's not the data they're giving, okay? The problem is what I'm getting at here is like Ortex, S3 Partners. They make these. They make. In between, every 2 weeks, you get the real SI data, right? So we get SI data every 2 weeks. Obviously, the SI data should come in a lot sooner. We shouldn't have to wait 2 weeks to get SI data, right? I get that. We should get daily SI data numbers, like actual numbers. They're just estimates. We're just getting SI estimates, right? So S3 Partners, you know, Ortex, give estimates, man. And they were both off by like 12, 13, 14% on the 28th. That just shows you how far off they were. Now, if they were off, like, let's say like 2 or 3%, I feel like anywhere between like 5% range is like very nominal. Like, it's fine, right? But when you're off like 13, 14, 15%, man, like, come on, bro. Come on. I don't know, man. They weren't even close. That's the problem there. If they were close, I'd be okay with it. You know, because at the end of the day, man, I've used S3 Partners for a very long time, right? I've been using Ortex some too as well. I do trust S3 Partners a little bit more. This community itself uses Ortex, so I go by Ortex numbers for most of my stuff here. And the reason why I do that is because most people are just, they just know Ortex, right? So most people in the AMC community know Ortex. So I use Ortex. I went out and got an Ortex subscription just because I use S3 Partners for the most part. But even S3 Partners was off like what, like 12, like 11 or 12%. Ortex was off a little bit more than that. Still, both of them are very, very far off. It's just like, oh man, it's so annoying, dude, to be that far off. And then what they done was they went back and fixed that number for the 28th. But today, when market started, they brought that number all the way back down. So they didn't really go back and change it in terms of like what it is now. They just went back to the same numbers there is now. Just for before pre-market though, they had those old numbers up. And you've seen that SI data drop from like 19.5% pre-market. As soon as market opened, those SI data numbers dropped down to like 12% again, which is very annoying, right? Very, very annoying. I don't hold any C3 AI. I don't own any of that, honestly, Shane. I don't know a lot about it. I know the company. I just don't know a ton about like the shares and yada yada yada. Well, Justin, this is the reason why I say, Justin, if you're buying options, you're honestly betting that the price is going to be this price at this certain time or before then, right? You can sell out. That's the reason why I said last Thursday or last Wednesday and Thursday when we were up a lot. I said, look, you should sell your options and sell those options if you're up. I said this in the Discord. Obviously, I couldn't live stream because we were on that trip. I couldn't live stream, but I said in the Discord plenty of times, hey, look, sell your options. Buy shares with those options, right? Because we knew that we were going to see some fluctuation in the price. It wasn't just going to be a straight up arrow, right? Things we didn't see any big dogs buying back in yet. So that's the reason why I said, hey, look, you know, sell your options right now and then take that money and buy the dips. Some people listened, obviously. Some people didn't listen. But at the end of the day, man, if you have options expiring within a week or two, and you're up a lot, dude, think about selling those options because those options expire eventually. Yeah, I get it that you could have sold at $100 or yada, 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 and then bought in shares with that money, man. That's the reason why I sold my options calls. My options calls don't end until December. But I went ahead and sold mine. Like, I don't care, dude. I can buy more options, right? Like, whatever. I'm up right now on them. I can take that money and then buy more shares within the hole, and that's what I did. That's what I did, man. I knew I'll get a lot of hate for saying those kind of things, right? Like people are like, "Oh my god!" But those options expire worthless if you don't exercise them. So why not? If you're up a lot and you know there's going to be fluctuations in the price on the way up, why not go ahead and sell your options while you're up? And you know you're up really good right then, and then buy the dips when they come. You know the dips are going to come. Look at GME, man. on their way up. We had ups, downs, like crazy. The same thing's going to happen with AMC, right? Like, we could be at $42 a day, and then tomorrow be back at $60 or $70 again. You never know. That's just the way the fluctuations go on squeezes. You have lots of fluctuation right now. Also, you got to remember, man, the AMC's heavily manipulated right now in terms of price points and things like that. The SI data is all screwed up. We're getting jerked around by the hedge funds and the market in general. It's not just hedge funds; it's the whole damn market at this point, man. Almost trying to save itself, right? You can tell that by the SI numbers being totally just construed every which direction. Maybe your option advice is why you keep catching fits from YouTube. Maybe, Rich. Dude, guys, okay, man, yesterday, I posted that new video yesterday, guys. Guess what happens? I got demonetized again, man. I feel like I'm getting attacked more than any YouTuber by YouTube, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's YouTube or if it's like, like bots going through and just like attacking my channel like crazy. But man, I've had 2 videos demonetized in the past week and a half. I've been banned 3 times on YouTube. 1 terminated. It got completely terminated off of YouTube. It's been rough out here, dude. It's been rough. Thoughts on Citadel? I mean, it's Citadel, man. Thoughts on the Citadel employee on Twitter? Man, Citadel is all up in everybody's business. I mean, look, they have a guy. They have the guy on the board of DTCC, right? So I mean, that should tell you right there alone. You know what I mean? That should tell you right there alone. Hell, I've had DMs before. You know what I mean? We've had DMs, man, from people trying to get me to like sell my shares and trying to get me to like stop covering AMC on the YouTube. You know what I mean? Like I've literally had people message me about it. Obviously, the manipulation's out there. Before market closed. Well, Edward, the same thing happened yesterday too, man. If you go back and watch my live stream from yesterday, in aftermarket hours, about 20 minutes into aftermarket hours, maybe about 30 minutes, honestly, you've seen this candlestick, man, start like going up and down crazy. That's just manipulation that's in the market right now for AMC. It's not a lot we can do about it right now. All we can do is just buy and hodl, right? Just continue hodling. You're going to have people that are going to be selling, especially new people that are into AMC, like people that bought it like $50. They're going to be scared, man. They're not like the veterans that have been in AMC since, I'm a veteran in AMC, right? I've been in AMC since early January, when the price point is around $4 a share. So, new people that got into AMC within the last, couple weeks, they're going to be a lot more flippy-floppy than people like us that have been in it for a long time. Now, not everybody will be that way. You know what I mean? That some people will be. Some people will be that way, man. They're just, at the end of the day, it's hard, man. It's hard to hang on, dude. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, God. Especially if you're new to stocks, and a lot of those guys are new to stock. A lot of them are new. Took a screenshot from E-Trade AMC at 2:33 p.m. $56. Where can I send? Not reflecting on charts. More manipulation. Yo, Val, you can send it to her. You can put it in Discord, honestly. Let me get the Discord link really quick, and you can post it in our Discord, honestly. Go ahead, Mom. Hang on a second. Let me post the Discord. Here you go. Post it in the Discord. Discord's like the easiest way, guys, to be a part of the community. Spread information, because at the end of the day, you know who is spreading information between each other? People working at Citadel and other places, right? They have big offices, man. They're in big offices with hundreds of employees going back and forth. And that's the reason why they don't like us in general, because we're almost like a big group, right? We're like a big social group right now of investors that are working together. They've never really seen, retail investors work together before. And that's what scares them the most. We have a gamma squeeze tomorrow because of contract. We could, right? We could have some sort of a gamma squeeze tomorrow. Yes, Edward. The problem, the big thing is, man, we've been a lot of these options, right? Like right here. I'm hoping tomorrow we do really well. I'm hoping tomorrow is a great day. We had such a bad couple of days and downward pushes the last, especially today, off this big bump right here. And I think what happened here, man, is that SI data this morning. SI data this morning, guys, pre-market showed 19.5% on my S3 partners. S3 partners is kind of like Ortex, just a little bit more, S3 partners is just a little bit more detailed, right? So that's what I like to use a lot. I do use Ortex, but S3 partners is a little bit more detailed. So my S3 partners this morning was 19.5%. It was like 19.3%. Ortex was the same way, though. Ortex showed a very, very high interest, and that was because of yesterday's numbers coming in from May 28th. Now, what happened is that market, right around like 15 minutes after market opened, S3 partners and Ortex both dropped their numbers from the 19+% range on the SI numbers all the way back down to like 12%. I think Ortex was like 12.2 or 12.3. I can't remember exactly. And S3 partners dropped theirs down to like 13%, 13.1 or something. I don't remember the exact numbers off my head. I can go back and look at those in a little bit. But I think a lot of that right there definitely hurt a little bit. It made people like get really, really funky. Again, I think that's more manipulation though. Obviously, we do know the SI data is way more than 19%. I'd be willing to bet the SI data on AMC is at least 50%. Because the reason why I say this, those don't count naked shorts. Those numbers don't count because naked shorts are getting covered up by the options, right? We talked about this in a video. Go back and watch the video I went over. They did the exact same thing on GME when GME was around $80 in early January. And then on top of that, you're not counting the synthetic shares either out there. So you're not counting a lot of those shares that are, so-called not there, that they just don't report because they don't have to report those numbers. And that's the reason why I'm willing to bet that those SI data are at least 50%. I wouldn't doubt it, man. 45 to 55% SI data being that high. Forgetting demonetized, LOL. Hey, San Francisco, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the $10. I have 10 call options, $10 strike price for June 18th. Should I sell or exercise and add to my already 5,000 shares? See, I wish you would have been in Discord, man. Now, you do have until the 18th, right? So you got till next Friday. I do honestly think that we're going to come off this like $40 range price. I think we're going to head north of that. So me personally, again, this isn't financial advice. I'd probably hang on a little bit longer. But if we get back up into say like the 50, 55 range, then I would think about exercising those and then buying shares because those shares last forever. Those shares, again, it's your money, so you do what you want to do with them. When you guys get up on options, guys, a lot of options. Remember, guys, I had December options, and I sold 10 contracts of my December calls because we were up so much. There were $10 calls for December. What I did was I bought dips, right? I bought some dips. I bought the $40 dips we had. I think I bought some shares at like 48. I bought some more shares on that bigger dip we had down to like 40. It was like 42 or something like that. I bought some of those dips as well. And I even bought a little bit more this morning on this big dip we had this morning right here. I even bought some this morning on this bigger dip we had today. That's what I said I was going to do with my options, right? The options will expire worthless if you don't at least go into them. At the end of the day, I do know we could eventually squeeze. But I can always buy more options, right? If I'm up on the options, I'd rather have the shares because the shares don't expire. I don't have to worry about my options, right? I don't have to worry about them expiring if I just have shares because the shares don't expire. So that's the reason why usually I like to buy options. Like if I'm buying options right now, I'm not buying options right here. I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to go down here to at least September's. Like I'll be willing to buy September options. And then if we get up really big, I'll sell those options and then buy more shares because shares last forever. And I don't have to worry about it. And now, before I did buy these, I did have December 17th, though. I did have December 17th, 2021 options. This is the options I had. I had the $10 calls because I bought them, months ago. What was it, 2 months, March? April. We bought those in April, so. I don't think anybody's going to get mad at you for selling your options to buy shares. And if somebody does that, honestly, San Francisco, they're not part of the movement because they probably don't know how options work. And two, they're probably new to the market and don't know that options expire worthless if you don't use them. And then you can buy shares, and then you actually have the shares, and you can hold those shares as long as you want. The old days when $100 bought 10 shares. Yo, Bart, those were the golden days, man. Most video evidence on your general. All right, awesome, awesome. I'll look at it real quick. I'm down to look at it. Oh, yeah. This is the same thing that happened yesterday. Yeah, is this yesterday's? Is this aftermarket or pre-market this morning? Can't remember what day. Is this morning too? Yes, the same thing happened yesterday, though. I'm telling you, man, there's market manipulation right now going hardcore. Like, super hardcore, man. You might be able to see it today, honestly, in aftermarket hours. It seems like it happens in aftermarket hours more. The aftermarket and pre-market hours, a ton. I'm telling you, man, it's just blatant. Just blatant, dude. Guys, I've been in the market, man. You remember it, guys. Like, it's not like I've been in the market since like January or something either. Like, I've been in the market myself for 11 years, right? And more hardcore for the past 8. My first like 2 or 3 years, it wasn't like super hardcore, right? I was more into real estate still. I was just putting stuff into more long-term stuff. So I wasn't sitting there buying and selling a lot. Every once in a while, I would do something on like a swing trade on like medical stocks or something. But I've been in the market hardcore for 8 years. And this is honestly the first time in a very, very long time that I've seen so much manipulation on one stock. And I'm not saying manipulation doesn't happen on GME either. Like, GME manipulation has been hardcore as well. But I'm talking about, man, the blatant just disregard for everything on AMC has been nuts. It's been nuts. Like, good Lord, dude. Yeah, yo, big, dude. Yeah, when you get big enough, man, everything has one. I'm willing to look really quick, honestly. I'm willing to look, man. I think there's one for his lamp. Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. Okay, I know which one you're talking about now. Yeah, I seen this earlier. If you guys remember, man, back in March, I had an account. Right, just an account. It didn't have like really any followers or anything. An account messaged me and offered me money to like sell all my AMC and stop making videos on AMC. And obviously I turned that down because obviously I'm still making, AMC videos. But it was just, man, and obviously I don't know if that was real, like a real like person from like a company, or if this is just like some, some crapper on the internet just making, like trying to see if somebody would, and then screenshot it and post it. At the end of the day, I don't really know, honestly, at the end of the day, I don't really need that money from somebody. I'm sure there's been people bought out, though. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's definitely been people bought out. The bot alert. Where's the bot alert at? There's a lot of bots, though, man. It's if you see a bot, honestly, the best thing to do for a bot is just ignore it, honestly. That's what they want. They want you to acknowledge it. That's the reason why I just don't even acknowledge them anymore. If there's somebody in the chat going crazy saying sell this to sell this to sell that, you know what I mean? We've had so many people come in and say sell your AMC to get Clover. I don't have anything against Clover. I think Clover was a good short-term swing, right? Like take that money and then buy some more AMC or whatever you want to buy, right? Those are good short-term things, but I wouldn't say go sell your AMC for that. I think that's silly. That's when like you're messing with some kind of botting kind of system out there. And that's the same thing we were talking about with everything else. I mean, look, my channel's been attacked like so much, it's not even funny, right? We've had videos demonetized. I've been banned off the platform 3 times now. Once I've been completely terminated off the platform. And YouTube obviously says it's me getting mass reported. The only thing I think of be getting mass reported by is maybe, maybe some of these bigger, I don't want to mention a certain hedge fund, but maybe some of these hedge funds have bots out there that are just, mass reporting the channel. And it seems like I'm getting harassed more than anybody when it comes to that, though. It's been rough, dude. If I've been pushing on, man, you know what I mean. Yo, Michael, thank you so much for the $10, man. If you guys haven't, make sure to hit the like button below. Definitely helps out. It spreads the word on AMC, lets more people learn about it. We've had some brand new people come in, man, and be like, I don't know anything about AMC, man, but I'm in for the cause. So it's been pretty cool to see that. Cheers, brother. We all know it's BS corruption with AMC. I just threw a bit more. I actually bought some more today, too, with some of those options I sold last week. Up to 4,500 shares total. Been in since February. Yo, nice. Let's go, dude. Yo, Michael, me and you exactly have the exact amount of shares now. I have 4,500 shares. You have 4,500 shares. Let's go, brother. Holding it down, man. Holding it down for Ape Nation. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate the 10 brothers, brother. Appreciate the $10, man. Do massive green candles indicate market club? Are you talking about like at the very end of the market where you see like this crazy fluctuation up and down? That's very normal on lots of these ends. I wouldn't really pay too much attention to that. The more ones I would pay attention to, if you see like some big fluctuations aftermarket where it's like flickering back and forth, that's when you're like very suspicious, because it's easier to do stuff then. And the reason why I say it's easier to do stuff then, look at the volume right here. You like right after close, like 5 minutes after close, 78,000, 62,000, 79,000, 25,000, right? And before close, you have 1.7 million, 2.5 million, 2.1 million, right? So you're in the millions here. And the volume today has been pretty steady the last few days at 220 million right now. We're probably into like 230 million, somewhere in there. I'm going to guess. Yesterday was pretty much about the same. It's a little bit easier in aftermarket and pre-market, though, man, if they wanted to do some weird stuff, because of those, again, the volume's a little bit different in the aftermarket and pre-market. That's the reason why I feel like it's easier to push in aftermarket and pre-market as well, if you have a big group of people like pushing. But they can ladder us at any time. It doesn't matter, man. They can buy and sell just like we can, 8 hours, 4 hours for pre-market, 4 hours aftermarket. If they want to go ahead and start doing funky stuff, they can do that whenever. They don't have to wait. They have private dealings to go through. They're not like us, man. You know what I mean? I haven't really looked a lot into that dealing yet, so I don't want to talk about that, honestly, myself, because, again, I want to be more informed. I haven't really looked, like actually studied that part of that, people saying the actual stock price is at $1,000 plus. I want to look at that first, because I want to make sure it's multiple sources. That way it's not just some random person on the internet, man, spreading some weird stuff, and then at the end of the day, man, it seems like it gets people down, too, and that almost creates its own little FUD. When people are like, oh my God, we're never going to win because of this. And then people start selling. So I want to make sure that these things are actually legit before I even started reporting on any of that. Again, man, because stuff that people don't think are FUD can definitely be FUD and be FUD news and be used in that way to spread misinformation and then make people be like, wow, we're never going to win because they can manipulate this price this way, right? And we're never going to get above this certain zone because the real stock price is this high right now. And then you have people just sell out anyway. And that always kind of scares me too. This is the second time it's autoplay to your live, and every time at first I think your meat. Oh, do you really? Yeah. A lot of people think. I think it's because of the beard, right? I think it's because of the beard probably. Because Kevin had a beard for a while. And I think when you associate people with a beard, you kind of like, back and forth. I mean, maybe Kevin's like my long lost, German brother, right? He's like, what? Kevin's like 4 years younger than me. Maybe I have like a younger German brother. I don't know. Maybe my mom went on a trip I didn't know about. I don't know. Big red candle scared Big Sal, dude. I mean, they're not fun to look at. I'll agree with you there, man. I'll agree. We do have this, this nice cushion down here at 39.71. And then after that, the next cushion, if we were to fall, obviously, I don't think we're going to fall like longer term into like the 30s. I think we're going to see some bounces. Today, there's a lot of stuff, man, and I'll go over those today in the video as well, especially those SI numbers this morning, dude. I feel like the SI numbers this morning that mess with the market really, like, just poke the bag and let some air out. Pre-market, everybody was excited about those 19+% SI numbers, and then all of a sudden, as soon as the market hits, 5 minutes later, Ortex changes their numbers back, right? Back to the old numbers that we had before. I honestly feel like that let a little bit of air out of the bag in terms of like some people trying to sell. And then I think after that, you've seen hedge funds trying to capitalize on that as well. Any kind of thing they can capitalize on, man, to push stock prices down, they're going to do it. They'll jump on it, man, to try to push down again. because I don't know how much money they've made on this way down, this down pull we've had over the last few days. Like, obviously, they always report how much money they've lost. But I want to see how much money they've actually made off all this FUD in the market right now. It's pushing down AMC again right now. Again, I don't think this is going to be a long-term push down though. I think right now, man, we're going through some FUD. We're going through a lot of market manipulation, especially AMC in general. And when we start popping though, dude, it's going to be nice. It's going to be like a bittersweet moment, right? It's going to be like a bittersweet moment. I didn't. Unfortunately, I had the kids a lot today. That's the reason why I didn't get to stream earlier. That's the reason why I'm streaming now. I figured, hey, F it, dude. We'll have a late stream. Like, everybody's offline anyway. I had the kids for a long time today. Nicole had to go do some stuff, so I had both the boys, and so I spent a little time with the boys, man. Played a little bit of the video games, and some daddy time, man. You know, the dad life. I figured I'd be working enough this afternoon because I'm going to be working at least until 10 or 11 o'clock tonight. So I figured, hey, man, spend a little time with them this morning. I figured I'd hop on at like 2:30 because I'll at least probably be working until at least 11:30 tonight anyway. So what's it matter? What's it matter, man? Because we got this live stream. I got a video to pump out. Though I do hate putting in, like, you know what I mean? Because myself, I like to put in at least like a couple hours of like going through articles, making sure we're getting all the right stuff, putting things together. And then YouTube comes along and smacks my videos. But if I make like a 2-minute video that says AMC up, it'll probably be like boom. It'll probably boom, dude. It'll probably be like, woo, like tons of views. Like yesterday's video, man, like 18 minutes long. Like, man, there's so much info though, dude. It's hard for me to pump a lot of this. The problem is, like, people are like, man, your videos are pretty long. I'm like, yeah, because there's a lot of info to put into them. It's a crap ton of info. Now, I could break some of that info down and not be as long on it, but then you wouldn't get the whole effect of, like, why it's happening. You know, kind of like beating around the bush. Sold 5 AMC shares today. Victor, wait a minute. I mean, it's your money, man. I'm not going to tell you guys how to use your own money. All I can say, guys, is let's just try, as a community, man, let's just all try to be nice, you know, because at the end of the day, man, let's be honest. If we're not nice and we're all a bunch of douches, the media and everybody else is going to come out and say, like, look, this movement's like a very, very, let's just say a very, very bad movement, right? Whereas we're trying to at the end of the day, man, we all entered into AMC. Most people, I'm not saying everybody, because some people only entered into AMC to make money. I'm not saying I didn't enter into AMC to make money either, but I entered into AMC in the first place to show hedge funds and other people that we're not just dumb money, right? And they can't just go around and just short company after company and pretty much try to make, you know, companies file bankruptcy and just, you know, go away forever. They've done that to way too many companies just in the past, you know, 11 years I've been in the market. And it's just, man, it's just a lot, right? And I've been in other movements to do this before, but nothing as big as the social movement that has AMC's been. Nothing near as big as the AMC social movement's been, man. AMC's far wide. Nobody YouTubers cover ORPH. I mean, I've seen ORPH today, yeah. I can bring it up real quick. I mean, I've seen it. I did see it today. I did see it explode. I didn't play it. It was due to their medicine though, for the FDA. It's due to the FDA stuff right ahead. But man, you see the big sell-off right afterwards, right? This is more like a cash grab, really quick, get in and get out. So, you know, shout out to anybody who made money on it. You know what I mean? Shout out to anybody who made money on that. But you would have had to get in, man. You had like what? You had like an hour and a half to get in and get out really quick. You didn't have long, that's for sure. That's how medical stocks are, though. That's how medical stocks are, man. They're more like the get in, get out, swing, get out, man. If you're up like 100% on a stock like that, you might as well get out. It's not gonna stay that way forever. Did you see the Emily account? Oh, yeah, I did, man. She supposedly works for Citadel and released information not too long ago. Now her account is suspended. Yeah, I seen that, High Fly. I seen that, man. The problem is, man, it's hard for me to... A lot of problem with those things is it's hard for me to trust those kind of things. But, I mean, like you said, though, it was suspended, so... Was it suspended or deleted? Was it suspended or deleted? See, that's what happened to me back in March, right? Well, I guess it was back in like February. End of February, 1st of March. I got messaged on Twitter as well, saying they would pay me so much money, yada, 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 to sell AMC and then not cover AMC anymore on YouTube, right? And then, like, obviously, I was like, I didn't reply back to it. And then a few days later, the account was mysteriously gone, right? So, I don't know, man. There's a lot of, like, weird crap happening everywhere. Just so much, man. It's deleted or suspended. Yeah, it's because to me, it just says, when you go to the account, it says, this account doesn't exist. Like it's been just, deleted. I mean, it's something though, right? I mean, maybe it's real. I don't know. Maybe it's real. I don't know. Again, I don't have any definite... The problem with that, again, that's what I want to go over. The problem with that is I don't want to cover something that might not be real. I don't want to spread any false information about, like, this person messaged this or this person messaged that if I don't know 100% for sure what's going on there. I mean, as a story though, it's definitely a very like intriguing story. I don't know if I want to cover it too much because, again, I don't know if it was 100% real or not. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't want to spread any misinfo. As a content creator, I kind of pride myself in terms of, like, me not being the crazy person who's spreading lots of, like, stuff that could be real or might be real, but it's not, you know what I mean? More AMC for me, dude. Yo, the hedgies are crazy out there, Crack. It's nuts, man. Why the big dip today? Honestly, I think the bigger dip this morning, and the reason why we had this big dip this morning, guys. So, if you guys don't know, pre-market hours, we got information that, well, yesterday, I covered this in yesterday's video. Ortex tweeted out that the May 28th shorts were a lot higher than they thought. So they were going to be changing their numbers today. Change their numbers they did, right? So on back on the 19th, they changed those numbers. On the 28th, they changed those numbers to 19%. So this morning, pre-market hours, it showed 19.5% SI shorts, right? So 20. Let's just say 20% shorts on AMC. Well, as soon as market opened, about 5 or 10 minutes, maybe like 15 minutes afterwards, they changed their numbers back down though to 12%. Ortex said they changed their numbers back down to 12% short from the 19% pre-market back to 12% in the market hours. And then right after that, man, like 10 minutes after that, the AMC started flushing. So I think what happened is that the hedge funds seen this happen, which they knew was going to happen anyway. That's the reason why it's hard for me to use, man, it's hard for me to even, I don't want to talk crap about Ortex either, right? It just, they're so far off, man. It just makes me like, if they were that far off for May 28th, how far off are they off from right now? They were off like 15%. 12 to 15% they were off, right? It's a big number. They were off on those estimates because every day they have an estimate every day. So the hedge funds, I think, played on that misinformation that came out. They played on it, and then they started shorting more. And then you had this downward pressure. And then what happens is, on these bigger red candlesticks, then you start having people that are retail investors. See this candlestick right here is 8 million. Then you start seeing some bigger, some retail investors that haven't been in the AMC very long. They start paper handing. You start seeing paper-handed Andes come out. And I know some people in the chat like, nobody's selling. Believe me, man. People that are brand new into AMC, that aren't like the OGs, right? Like, I've been in since early January, since $4 a share. Some of you guys have been in since January, like probably like January 20th to like maybe 1st of February or something. I don't know. Even March, right? Some of you guys have been a lot longer. You know the craziness that happened. But the people that just bought in the last couple of weeks, Some of those guys are on paper hand. They're gonna bail out, man. That's gonna push the stock down a little bit further. And I think that's what you've seen happen. Then we recovered though off this $39 low we had, $39.71. We recovered it, and from there we've seen some push downs, but nothing crazy like before. And we ended the day at that 42.81, down 13%. So if you're looking at that, I think the catalyst there for the day's push down is that, Ortex and even S3 partners, right? It's not just Ortex. Pre-market, they had like 19 to 20% SI, judging on May 28th's numbers. Because we only get SI data every 2 weeks. Now, as somebody that's been in the market a long time, I think we can all agree on we should get SI data, the actual SI data, every day. We shouldn't have this like 2 week discrepancy, man. We shouldn't have to wait, till yesterday to get the May 28th numbers. We shouldn't have to wait till the end of this month to get, mid-June numbers, right? It's just ridiculous. Stupid. Hate it. At least maybe every other day or something. I don't know, man. Not every 2 weeks. It's just ridiculous. And then every other day, we're just getting estimates from Ortex, or we're getting estimates from S3 partners. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of today. The bigger downfall was, I think, them changing those numbers back down, though. I think that's the biggest thing there, man. Again, I don't want to talk crap about it like Ortex. I don't want to talk crap about S3 partners. I've been using S3 partners, man, for a long time, long time, right? They're using my go-to for market info in terms of looking at things. They're a lot more expensive though than Ortex, but they were both off, right? Ortex was worse than S3 partners was, but they were still both off by like 10+% on those estimates. And that just shows you, man, like if they were that far off, how far off is the actual numbers though? So May 28th, they're saying 20%. I'm willing to bet though that the shorts right now, man, are at least 45 to 55% short on percentage numbers. I'm almost willing to bet it. We could, if you're looking at options really quick, if you're looking at those options right here. So we do have some options in the green. It'd be nice, though, to get back above $50 because we'd have all these right here, man, at $50. I was hoping, though, we could push up to 60, but that was barring any FUD today. And we got a lot of FUD today. Again, those SI, I almost guarantee, man, if SI numbers today were great and they didn't change them again, I think we would have moved up today. I think we'd had a green day. I honestly think them changing, you can honestly see where they changed them. Just go back and look. About 15 minutes after market, they changed those numbers on the SI data. Look at this. So you have market open 5, 10, 15, 20, and then they changed the numbers like right in here. We've seen kept pushing up, and then after, I bet you a lot of people seen the numbers, start declining in terms of like the SI numbers. Then we started seeing a fallback, and then we fell from there, right? I think as soon as the hedge funds seen this fallback, they started playing on that. They're like, hey, look, we can drop the price a little more, and then we're going to have some paper-handed Andes, right? So then you have the paper-handed Andes come out, and they're all like, oh, my God, we're going back down to $2. You know what I mean? And then paper-handies, they start selling out. And then you have the hedge funds on top of that just keep shorting their ones they just sold. And then you just continue to have this, push down. Now, thank goodness, though, we hit a bottom at 39.71. We bounced off that bottom, which is good. And at least we didn't end in the 30s today. But it'd been very, very nice, though, to stay, you know what I mean? Like, if those numbers would have actually stayed today and we didn't have all this, fuddery going on, it'd been nice to, have all these in the green. Doesn't mean we can't, though. Maybe tomorrow we see a good push and we get back above $50 and we can see people, buy these back in on these shares right here. And like you said, create some sort of a little gamma going on and push us higher. Yo, Ricky, man, it's just how it is, bro. You know what I mean? You're going to have people that are just mad. At the end of the day, man, when I look at AMC at $42 and I see where we came from, right? I've been in this since $4, right? That's when I first started buying an AMC back in the start of January. That's when I first got into this movement, man. Just look at this, dude. I get that looking at this right here, seeing this $72, we all knew we're gonna have pullbacks, right? You're gonna see ups and then downs again. And then you're gonna see ups and then some more downs again. And then ups and downs, man. This is how it is. You're going to have volatility, man. We talked about this for months about how the volatility would be crazy. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. I mean, if you're looking at this, man, just from the 24th at $12. So like, what is it? Like 2 Mondays ago on the 24th at $12. And here we are at 42. Or if you bring this back even more and you bring this back to like the 3-month, we were at $8, man. Right? Just back here on like the 12th, we were at like $8 or $9 on the 12th alone. But at the end of the day, I get people only want to focus on the downturn right here we've had. I get it. Hey, man, human nature, bro. You focus on the negativity. It's just human nature. It is what it is. But I still think we can get back above. I still think we can get back to the $60 range again. Now, obviously, once we get to $60, there's going to be definitely some downward pressure because of those caps we have at 60. But that doesn't mean we can't just fly right back above that, man, and be above this, $70+ range again. But at the end of the day, I get it, man. People like to focus on the negativity. It's just, I guess it's human nature, man. See negatives. I get it. Well, Victor, those 500K or 100K numbers are based on everybody hodling, right? So you're pretty much putting man on man, right? When it comes to like, are you going to hodl your share? Or are you not going to sell your share? Now, having a few people sell is not going to hurt the movement. But the overall, let's just say if 20% of people sell their shares, obviously that's going to hurt the movement a little bit. But it's say like, 3 or 5, like let's just say 3% sell here and there, right? It's not going to hurt. It's not going to really hurt it as much. But if you have 20+% of people like selling, then you're definitely going to be, obviously hurting that movement up to like a crazy high price. That whole equation of getting up to a certain price point that's very, very high is based on, everybody hodling and not selling, because you name the price at that point. You name it. So as long as we're buying and hodling, man, the price could be crazy. Yo, Mr. Nice One, read your message. I mean, it's hard to read everybody's message. A lot of people talking. And I hate saying obviously like donate to read your message. I mean, obviously that's the easiest way, because then I can definitely see because it pops up here, but I'm not going to be able to read every little one, unfortunately. Can you please break it down in what shorting means from the hedge funds? You mean hedge funds? Hedge fund. I mean, shorting it just like a nutshell, really quick, man. It's very, very easy. So what they want to do is they want to buy a stock, right? Let's just say they buy it at 40. Let's just say they buy it at $50. Let's say they bought this stock. They say they got stocks at $50. Now, what the hedge funds want to do though is push the price down, and that way they can sell that share for less, right? So they borrow the share from somebody, and they want to get that share back at a lower price point, and that way they pocket the difference. So let's say they pocket the difference from $50 to $40, and they pocket a $10 difference, right? So they pocket that $10. They give that person back their shares, and go on without their business. I'm trying to like think of the easiest way to like just put in like a very, very easy form of what shorting is. Again, the easiest way I guess to explain it would be just they get a share, let's say at $50, and they want to get that share back though. They want to get that share back at like 40. That way they can pocket the difference. I mean, Tom, right now they're definitely making money though too in other places. It's not just like they're only making money in AMC, right? So they can be making money in different places and pulling that money in. Because with them, right, if they win AMC, that's the grand prize, right? Like AMC could be their grand prize. Just like AMC could be our grand prize. To them, man, they don't want to lose any money, though. That's what a hedge fund does. They don't want to lose a lot of money. They just don't want to lose it. There's lots of FUD out there. Definitely lots of FUD, man. If AMC CEO buys one share, price will double. Oh, you're talking about? Well, he's got a lot of shares anyway. But obviously, he give those shares to the company as well. I wonder, on GME, man? I get what you're saying there on GME. Did GME? I haven't really looked a ton in today on GME. Did they say they were going to put more shares into the market? That might be one reason why. I seen somebody write that. Let's see. I mean, Wedbush raised their target to $50 for GameStop. So, I mean, hey, get big moves there, bro. So, yeah, I think they're trying to raise like 1.5 billion. So that could be one thing that's going on with GameStop right this second. I haven't really got to look a ton into all that yet. I'll be completely honest, though. Yo, if you guys are brand new to the channel, make sure you guys hit the sub button. It'd be super awesome. Love to have you guys be part of the family. Hit the little bell notification. Turn on all the notifications. Maybe you might get notified of videos, right? We do stream on the daily. I pump out videos on the daily as well. Maybe YouTube will notify you. I do know YouTube notifications for the channel has been wonky as well. Now, on top of that, man, we've been getting demonetized and banned off YouTube for my very violent content I post here. If you guys don't know, man, I'm actually one of the most violent people on YouTube. Judging by YouTube, anyway, since I've been banned 3 times off YouTube for violence. Even though I have no violent bone in my body, and we've talked nothing about violence. They say they will sell 5 million shares to. Okay. So fund their NFT event. If that happens, all shorts are screwed. Got you. I remember something about e-commerce. We listened to the call yesterday. I didn't really get to look a ton into it though, because I've been so busy on AMC stuff. I remember they said something about raising money for like e-commerce and things like that, which I figured was to do with like NFT as well and things like that. I just didn't know how many shares they're looking to do and yada, yada, yada. Because obviously that can negatively affect the stock for the short term, but the long term, you know what I mean, going back up, I think we'll go back up again. Apparently, SEC says they're stated they're investigating GME, but I mean, I think they've been investigating all meme stocks right now, correct? Is that what you mean by that? Because I remember them saying the SEC came out and said they're going to be watching, AMC, GME, and other stocks. Because we did the video yesterday too, man, that the SEC, the main guy for SEC, man, is he's going through to. Let me bring that article up real quick. That's Gensler. They're going to be looking at. Let me bring it all up. They're going to be looking at order flow pretty much. That's what it brings down to. Yeah. Here it is, right here. So on the Wall Street Journal, right? I went over this in yesterday's video as well. I mean, I know they're going to be looking into these things too, the order flows, yada, 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 so on and so forth. Where's this at here? Is this it right here? Yeah, here it is. Sweet. So, yeah, SEC to review market structure as meme stocks stir frenzy. Now, I went over this in yesterday's video. So Gensler right here, man. He's the head of the man. He's the chairman, obviously. Gary Gensler. He wants to look into order flow, like how long are they holding these shares, right, before they even process them. And obviously, I think we all know that these guys are making tons of money through this free trade system that's going on right now. I do agree with Gensler though. We do need an open market for everybody, not just like a weird halfway thing. So, as the brokers say, payment for order flow is a form of customer segmentation. We know they're over here, capping money on the side, right? Like tons of money. I'm sure, billions of dollars every year they're holding. Citadel, Virtue, and others, right, are doing that, offering their zero commission trading. I'd honestly like to know, like, how long they're actually holding them. There's just so much unknown. That's the problem with that, man. There's just so much unknown here. With all that, so much unknown, man. That'd be nice to know. Did you see they put up the most shorted stock on Fox Business, and Whoop is at 105% shorted? I mean, at the end of the day, Brian, there's so many stocks that are, again, heavily shorted, right? I haven't looked at Wolf, obviously. Dude, there's so many like stocks that are super shorted though. Because again, a lot of that reason is because of that CPI data we've had over the last few months. Hedge funds have been going in and shorting tons of stocks, especially momentum plays in general. Now, a lot of those plays aren't like plays like AMC that are long-term holder kind of like squeezes. Those are like get in, get out, kind of like, Clover, having a Clover. I wouldn't go, if you guys want to get into some of those, I wouldn't go sell your AMC though. If you see people saying, sell your AMC for this or sell for that, man, believe me, it's probably a hedge fund bot just saying that. 100%. I'm not saying you can't play different plays. Honestly, again, I play different plays as well myself. Like, I make money on the side on other stocks. 100%. I've been in the market for 11 years, so I'm not going to blame myself. I'm not going to blame you guys. It's just how it is, man. AMC to 100 before Doge to 65 or Doge before AMC. It all depends on what happens. At the end of the day, like, obviously, I want to say AMC to 100, obviously, before. But what happens if tomorrow, right, they come out and say, you know, Doge, you can use Doge to buy Teslas now. You're going to see Doge go right back to 75+% again, right? So the catalyst there could happen a lot sooner. And I'm not saying, like, AMC tomorrow, man. We come out tomorrow and, like, all of a sudden AMC's at $100, right? So that's a hard thing there. I still think, like, AMC, like, in terms of, like, price, like, you know, price-wise going up, obviously AMC has a bigger explosive range than something like Doge does, right? Though, again, you guys know me, man. I've had Dogecoin for years now, so I like crypto markets. I like my crypto markets too. So anybody that's in the crypto markets, hey, man, shout out to you guys. Anybody that's into anything you guys are into, I don't care. It's none of my business. I'm not gonna tell you guys what to do with your money. It's your money. Again, I did go to school, though, right? I did go to school, though, for finance, right? Took 4 years. I got my degree in finance. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do know finance in and out. I can do my own finances, right? I do my own taxes every year. You know, I run my own business. I know all that stuff. I'm not stupid. And next week, Elon Musk fitness say AMC to the moon. I mean, it'd be awesome if he did. It'd be funny because it'd definitely push the price. He'd be less likely, though, to say a stock because, again, stocks are regulated. He can get in trouble, whereas on coin market, he's not risking anything there about getting in trouble. I mean, heck, you know, he's gotten in trouble before for pushing his own stock, Tesla, right? SEC's like investigating multiple times for that. I want to put out there that most of us have been a poor/middle class for 20 plus years, but people can't wait a few months to change their lives. Come on. Hey, that's how it is, man, right? I grew up, man, in a very, 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 very poor household. You know, statistically saying, I probably should be living in a van down by the river myself. You know, I grew up in a homeless shelter, for God's sakes. So, so I know all about that. I've been there. Man. Yo, Heathen, thank you so much, though, for the $5. And I agree with you. Again, people have been sitting here. We were at literally $8 like a couple weeks ago. What was it, like 3 weeks ago or $8? And now people were complaining because we're at 42. And again, I get that people want to look at the negative sides of things. I get it. Our minds are drawn to the negativity. So all you see right now is just like us falling from the 42 over here. Us falling from the 72 up or 77 up here. I mean to say 77.2. But I get that people all they want to do is just, you know, notice this and then notice this little down, you know, this decline again. I get it. It's human nature. But hey, man, look where he came from. Just on the 6th. You know, just about a month ago, we were below $9 a month ago. And even just a couple weeks ago, we were at like $12. What's it, buddy? Awesome, buddy. Good job. Cedar had to tell me, guys. Cedar's playing Fortnite, by the way. He had to tell me he hit a new level. He's been playing that new season of Fortnite. He's going in it, man. Going in it, chat. My $70 618 calls are down 80%. When did you buy those calls, though, gent? When did you buy those calls, man? When did you buy them? How long ago? And I'm going to guess you were up last week. Yeah, but Cole, we all knew, man, that we were going to have some pullbacks. We weren't even on the slingshot yet. I feel like people, like, I feel like what happened was maybe people thought the squeeze was already, you know, started. Like this was the actual part of the squeeze. When really this was more of like a retail squeeze, right? Pushing up. Some gammas here and there, right, too. Some little gammas, all people, you know, exercising some options. Days before the dips. See, what happened was, what you should have done, though, again, man, is you should have, one, I don't care, like, how juicy the call option looks for the first week, right? Like, again, you guys can do it, right? I don't care. It's your money, man. I will never tell you guys to go buy a call for this week. You guys know this. I'm going to say at least go 4 months out and buy the calls there. At least. I'm not going to touch a call in this range at all. The first call I will touch is September calls. It's the first call I'll touch. It's the first call I'll touch. And the reason why that is, man, is one, it gives me lots of time, right? It gives me lots of time. And if I get up on that call before September, I'm going to exercise it. If I get up, let's say 20, 30, 40% on that call, I'm going to exercise it. I don't care. That's the reason why I said last week, hey, exercise your calls if you're up right now. Exercise them. Get out of them. That way, we all knew there was going to be some sort of pullback, probably. Like, obviously, we could have went from $70 up to $100. Very plausible. But even if that does happen, hey, at least you made it on the green, right? And you didn't risk the downfall again. Now, what happens is if you exercise those calls weeks ahead of time, you have money. You can go back and either, one, buy more calls if you want to, or two, you can buy shares and they last forever. That's what I did, man. I took my calls and bought shares. Took my calls, bought shares. By the way, don't say how many shares you have. You could be target for hackers. I mean, I think most people are probably fine throwing that in, honestly. You have to continue to sound off about the importance of massive buying pressure tomorrow and next week to keep the... Yeah, there's going to be some pushback tomorrow too, John. There's definitely going to be pushback tomorrow, especially after today. They're going to be trying to feast on the red, the market, right? You're 100% correct there. And it's Friday too at that, so it's always a hassle. It'd be nice though, man, tomorrow if we could somehow get above $50. That'd be very nice. Again, like I said, Victoria, it's Friday, so they could definitely be trying to play off today's FUD on those SI data numbers. Don't believe SI data, chat. There's a reason why I haven't been doing Ortex number updates. And the reason why that is, I didn't do those yesterday either, is it's hard for me to believe the Ortex numbers right now when Ortex was off like 15%. You know what I mean? In terms of numbers on May 28th. And then this morning, they did the whole 19% pre-market. And then when the market hit, they dropped us back down to like 12%. So, and nothing against Ortex, man. I'm just not going to... I just don't want to put those numbers out there right now. Just not going to do it. And I can use my S3 partner data numbers, but even those are, obviously off. Not as bad. They're still off, though. Would you consider this a dip? I bought some more this morning, right? So I took some of my options money I still had in my account. I still had what? What is that? I think I had this morning I had about $7,400 in my accounts, like in buying power left. I bought some of this dip when it dipped below the $40 range. I had a buy-in price. Set right at $39.92. So I bought some of this morning. I bought some of this dip this morning again. I figured, hey, if we go below 40, I'll buy some dips below 40 that I have, because I do think we can push back up. Honestly, I think we're gonna push back up though. Now, it's obviously barring no more FUD craziness going on, because I do know tomorrow is going to be another one of those days where we'll be fighting hedges. Now, hopefully tomorrow we can overcome that, since we had such a bad last couple of days. Especially today more than yesterday, but still yesterday was a pretty bad day because we had a letdown in the pre-markets. We had this down push here, whereas today we had more of the down push, in the market hour. And yesterday we had the pre-market and the aftermarket down push, whereas today we had more of the downward push in the actual market hours. And this right here, this downward push happened right around when we got those SI numbers today. What about orders being delayed? We went over that a minute ago, Chaz. I honestly, I even pulled up the article. I went over this all yesterday as well on the video yesterday. about how the SEC obviously wants to look into that. But again, we won't know about how long is it going to take, man. Let's be honest. If we're waiting on the SEC to look at something, well, we'll get something back in 2024, man. Man, can all options in the money expiring tomorrow push the price up to next week? We could definitely see some sort of push. It'd be nice though if we get back into the $50 range. We have a lot more options in the green at that point too. Tiago, I don't know if that was a real account or not though. I don't know if that's a real account. She deleted her account, so I don't know. But let's all be honest, man. They've been losing a lot of money. They have been losing a lot of money. I think we can all agree on that. You know, Citadel and others have all been losing lots of money right now because of that. Now, I'm sure they've made some money on this last couple of downturns, so it's not like they've lost money here because you know they bought shorts up here, man. We were in the 60s and 70s, and now they're making money on the way back down here, so they're definitely getting some of their money back here again. They definitely reloaded. We already know that. You can tell that by the numbers. They reloaded, and they were doubling down on the way up. So obviously, as we come back down some, they're definitely making a little bit of money there too. But they're obviously definitely panicking because they've lost a lot of money in the long run as well. How much money was it? They say they lost in AMC and G. I think AMC and GME. Where's that? So yeah. Hedge funds lost $6 billion. $6 billion on that run up we had. $6 billion. I'd love to know the numbers they've made on the way down though. I know they always like report the numbers they made, or lost. I want to see the numbers made too. Yo, Carl, I bought some more today, right under the $40 mark. I just put an order in at under 40 and caught that dip we had. Jason, my coworkers is sitting here with me. We tell him he is an idiot for having 18,000 in $625, $85 calls. How long has he had those though? I wouldn't call him an idiot, right? I wouldn't call him an idiot, Gordon, if he would have went out like a year out, man. And just made sure. Because again, options expire. I'm not going to call anybody an idiot. But I sure wish you would listen to me, man, and don't buy options like a week or two out. At least, man, buy. Again, I'm not touching any of these calls right here. The first one I would touch is the September 17. That's the first one I would touch. Now, back in April, when I bought all those calls, I bought December call options. They were $10 calls back then. Back in April. So I bought those $10, December calls back then. They were barely out of the green pretty much. I think we were at like $8 a share or something like that at that point. So they were barely out of the green. They were out of the green. They made sense. Obviously, I've already cashed those options in them. I cashed those options in on that big run up. As you guys know in Discord, I said, hey, look, in our Discord, I was like, hey, look, you should sell them if you're already up a lot. Sell them and then buy the dips. Sell those and then buy the dips, man. That's the easiest one. Again, guys, I'm not going to report on the Emily account because I don't know if it's fake or not. There's a lot of people out there that are kind of fake. Just like that, this like last 1st of March, right? I got a message on Twitter asking if I would sell my shares. Asking if I would sell my shares on AMC and stop, reporting AMC for a dollar amount. Obviously, I didn't take that dollar amount. I didn't do it. But then a few days later, it was deleted, right? So I don't know. Again, I don't know if there's no way for me to account if it actually is real or not. So I'm not really gonna report on that because I don't know if it's fake. And I think that we don't need some Emily account on Twitter, man, telling us that the hedge funds are squirming. We already know the hedge funds are squirming. You know what I mean? We already know that. We don't need somebody telling us on Twitter they're squirming. Why is there millions of shares being traded in dark pools the last 2 days? I think I saw it was like 60% overall. There's a lot of them trading in the dark pools right now, Vincent. You're 100% right, man. And the problem is we don't have any transparency. So nobody knows what's happening there, right? Just like we don't have transparency on how long they're keeping our shares, right? How long is Citadel keeping our shares? You know, that's the reason why the SEC yesterday, Gensler came out and said he wants to look into these order flows. How long are they holding their shares? Is it a couple of days or is it weeks? How much money are they amassing in between? I'm willing to bet it's a lot more than they're saying, right? Also, if you guys are wondering, I've seen a couple people ask, I am using Webull. There's a link right there. I'll pin it to the top. If you sign up, put $100 and you get those 2 free stocks as well. Fly me in the 69 Camaro I'm going to buy, dude. Yo, Dustin, I'd love to have a 69 Camaro, man. I'd ride around in my Speedo, bro. Ride around in my Speedo in that thing. Oh, dude, Wes Christian says the hedgies are taking puts on AMC to gain more ammo for the fight. They are. 100%, Arthur. We don't know that as well. Games are just smoking smoke. I feel, well, that's what I said, JR. Even if the SEC did open up an investigation, when's the soonest we're going to hear about that, man? Like 2024, 2025? Let's be honest, man. You have government or anybody like that, like any big entity, like the SEC and others. Look at the DTCC. We have somebody from Citadel on the board. Like, the manipulation is far and wide. Even if they even do look into it, we might get some half-butt answer in like 5 years. They'll probably spend like $5 billion and, like, you know, we'll get some half-butt answer in like 5 years. Doesn't even make sense. I typically have no reason to comment, man. Nothing has changed. I feel you there, Grizzly. I agree, man. You just got to hodl, right? You just got to hodl on, man. There's nothing you can do. You know, the FUD's definitely going to scare some new people out of the stock. It's 100% going to happen. We talked about this. This is the reason why we had this drop this morning. You had the FUD numbers come in from, you know, pre-market SI data coming in at 19%. And then 15 minutes after market open, they dropped this back down to 12% SI data. And that led off to a sell-off, right? And this was hedge funds as well, you know, jumping on board, shorting more on the way down, you know, creating that selling pressure on the way down, which, you know, made us go below $40 again. We recovered off that $40 low. Even I put another order in this morning right under $40 at that 39.92 area, and you know, my order got filled as well. We came back off that low, but you know, the FUD damage already been done right here. I'm hoping tomorrow though we can see if we can build on something. Though, as always, Fridays are always very, very just, oh man, Fridays are Fridays, right? It's always a battle at Friday. It'd be nice though, man, if somehow tomorrow we can put our shoes on, tie our shoes, pull our britches up, and get back above $50. That'd be very nice. But I'm not gonna complain if whatever happens. I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm in it for the long run, no matter what. So I'm already here, man. I'm holding 2.7K shares of AMC at 12. Do you think another price drop tomorrow would help this push? You're talking about a price. Like a price drop in general, like this, the bottom drops out again, kind of like today, or you're talking about just like a more of a straight pattern day tomorrow? Again, I don't really. So I'm in it long term, no matter what. So I get there's people in here, man, that are short term, 100%. I get you guys. I get you guys are freaking out. I get it. Hey, but at the end of the day, honestly, if you're going to be short term, I wouldn't even be in AMC for a short term deal. You don't know how it's going to happen in AMC. Us that's been in it for a long time. I mean, we know what's going to happen in AMC. It's going to be lots of volatility, up and down, up and down, up and down. And we're just going to have to hold on. It's just like you guys that have been in GME for a long time, right? You guys know what I mean by the craziness, man, that goes on. It's a roughie out here, man. I'm not short. Okay. I'm hodling for 1K. Okay, I got you. No game. I think we'll be fine, man. I don't think we're going to see another drop like today. Today's drop, honestly, I think was put on by those SI data this morning that came out and said 19-20%, and then the market opened up. They dropped those SI data numbers down to like 12% again. Ortex did that. S3 Partners did the exact same thing, so it wasn't just Ortex. For some reason, man, they're doubling down Ortex and them are doubling down because right now they're doing estimates, right? So Ortex and S3 Partners, every 2 weeks we get the actual data, and then the other every day leading up to that next 2 weeks when we get the real data comes in, they do estimates, right? Ortex does the same; it's an estimate, and S3 Partners does the same. It's not just it's not just them. There's other ones out there. It's just S3 Partners, the ones I use, and I've used Ortex as well. So obviously they were very, very far off, you know, back in May. So why would they go back and double down on the same numbers they had before? It just doesn't make sense to me. And those numbers don't even account, man, for the naked shorts and the synthetics that are out there that are shorted as well. I'm honestly willing, again, I'm willing to bet, man, that those numbers are probably 45+%. On the actual shorts, man, I bet you it's 45 at least. If we can't get info, I mean, you just buy and hold at that point in the year. I mean, it's at the end of the day, man, we're retail investors, so it's gonna be hard for us to get real-time data. We need more transparency in the market. That's what it boils down to. But are we gonna get that? Are we gonna get that anytime soon? Probably not. Even if we were to, it's gonna go to the SEC. It's gonna take. Let's be honest, man. The SEC's slow. You know, the DTCC. Hell, they have people that are from Citadel on the board, so that's a conflict of interest in general. I don't think anybody that's should be on the SEC. I don't think anybody that should be on the DTCC boards or anybody like that, man, should be able to be in a hedge fund or get money brought into them from a hedge fund at all. Best advice: buy high, sell low. I mean, that's what it seems like sometimes for some people. What platform are you using that shows the order? Oh yeah, right here, JR. If you sign up right now, they have a special for this link. I get a free stock. You get 2 free stocks. You put $100 in. You also get those tier 2 NASDAQ views right here for 3 months. The order flows are pretty awesome, honestly, to look at. At least you're up to date, like, you know, by the second. Yeah, Cardano's way off from the subject, but I mean, I like Cardano. I like ADA. I have ADA. I've been buying into ADA since around 60 cents a coin. Wish I got in a lot sooner, but again, I'm more long-term on a lot of my coins I'm in. Again, I like the crypto market. I've been in the crypto market for 4 years. I've been in the stock market, man, for 11, so it's a lot longer. So, again, I'm not trying to say I know everything. I've been in the real estate market longer than both of those. So, I'm not trying to say I know everything out there. Again, I do study the money markets a lot. I went to school for finance, right? And, you know, I love money markets, man. Keeps me going, bro. Keeps me going. I study them a lot. Josh, usually I flip. Usually more flipping, Josh. Usually more flipping in myself. I haven't done a lot of flips here lately, though, in the last like year because of the one, obviously, pandemic, and 2, housing market's just crazy right now. This house I'm living in right now actually is the last house we did. This house we bought into, the last house we sold, we lived in for 4.5 years. We bought this house, we redone it, and we moved in here. It's just a better location. You get a little bit better internet here, so we got the 1,000 up, 1,000 down internet. I moved in here because of that, and I like the location we're in. It's right over here in the Hermitage area in Nashville, so. But I've done usually, man, around like probably like 2 houses a year for the most part, something like that. Circulated on StratTwix mentioning Dartpool AMC price. Yeah, I don't know about that price either, man. I don't want to report on that 1.5K price point. Again, there's a lot of misinformation going around nature. I don't want to spread anything that's misinfo, right? Even if it seems like it's good for us, because sometimes what happens is they've done it before, right? So like hedge funds or something like that will go in and they'll post this like crazy stuff, man, and it gets everybody hyped up, and then when it comes not true, people get very like down about it and they start selling, right? So there's lots of misinformation on both sides, and I don't want to be that person, especially as somebody that's a content creator myself, and I pride myself on bringing you guys like actual news that are actually legit. That's not just like some hypothetical bull crap, right? Because at the end of the day, man, there's 2 ways to be spreading FUD. One is just like downright just being very negative. 2 would be spreading stuff that seems really good, but then it turns it's not true at all. Then everybody gets down about it because it's not true. So I don't want to think about that, man. I'm thinking our kids will see movies on what's going on. Dude, I think so too, No Game. I think we'll see lots of movies made on this. I think AMC, man, like this whole area, right? GME's obviously already getting one. And already got one through the Netflix stuff. It's more of a documentary kind of thing. But I think we'll see some kind of movie on this crap, man. It's nuts, dude, what's happening right now in the market. Sends you up his 8th year of college. Yo, I love Belmont, man. Yeah, Belmont's nice, Wayne. It's expensive, but a nice college, bro. Belmont's very, very nice. It's good. It's a good school to get into. A little bit cheaper than Vanderbilt. Just as good at education, though. Why are y'all shooting for 1K and not 500K? Well, everybody's going to have their own price points, Victor, at the end of the day. That's the reason why, again, I'm not trying to spread any hate against anybody. You have your own price points, that's fine, whatever. At the end of the day, man, if you want to get to like 100K or you want to get to 500K, then everybody has to hodl. You have to trust everybody, right? We can't have like, 10% of the people selling their shares early, because then you're not going to get there. That's the whole point of that, movement, right? Getting up to super, super crazy highs. Again, we would on the float, which we already kind of mostly do. And then on top of that, you would name your own price by not selling your shares. That's pretty much how that would work. Yo, if you guys are brand new to the channel, make sure to hit the like button below. Definitely helps out. We've had 5 hedge funds today come through, which is always fun. If you're not a sub, think about hitting the sub button. Love to have you guys come back, hang out, man, be a part of the family here. Shout out to anybody who's donated today. I want to give you guys thanks as well. Anybody's on the Cashapp below or the PayPal below, whatever in the description. I haven't checked all those things, but yeah, thank you guys, man. And anybody who's just been here talking in the channel, and anybody who's a nice upbeat person, right? I know we had some crappers in the chat. That's always going to happen. Just ignore those guys. They go away when you ignore them. It's a lot easier, man. Want those things to pay off his student debt. Yo, nice, Wayne. That's awesome, man. That's a good story, bro. If you can pay off his debt, that'd be very, very nice. Yeah, when in doubt, zoom out, Blink. Exactly. That's what we were talking about a minute ago, man. Like, people are, like, very sad about being in the $40 range. Like, dude, just like 3 weeks ago, we were down at, like, $9 a month ago, right? We were down at $9 a month ago. We're at 43.21 right now. To me, again, I'm going to be long-term anyway in AMC, so I don't care about this high right here, right? The $77 high would have been nice to continue to build on, but again, we knew there was going to be pullbacks. We knew that, Citadel and others, I can't say Citadel, man. My bad, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call them Citadel. But we knew that they hadn't bought in yet, right? We knew they were going to be letting us run up and then short on the way back down again and try to make more money. We knew this. We talked about this for weeks that they might do this, right? And especially if they hadn't bought back in, which you already know they haven't bought back in. You can look at the numbers. They haven't bought back in yet. The SI data is very, very, very misstrued. It's not real. You can't trust the numbers. I don't care if you're looking at Ortex or even a more comparable people look at like S3 Partners. They're all strewn about. Nobody knows the real SI data. We need more transparency, but at the end of the day, man, we don't need those numbers to have a squeeze. Yes, they reaffirm us, right? They give us reassurance that we're right, but we don't need the reassurance. We already know what's going on, man. We already know that the stock is heavily, shorted. We already know they're been doubling down, man, on their shorts, and they've been doing synthetics. They've been doing naked shorting. We already knew this stuff, man. We already knew it. From India on a student loan here from the U. Oh, nice. Just want to finish the loan for AMC and yo, nice, Nikhil. Awesome, brother. Awesome, man. I hope it's going well over there. Have you talked about the inside? Again, I talked about the Emily count. I don't know if that's real, though, guys. I don't know. Again, the problem with that is we've had other stuff like this happen before and it come out not be real. And that kind of like puts a bummer on some people. And at the end of the day, man, that can honestly be used as like more of like a morale like debooster, right? And we don't need some random account man to come out and say this and then delete their account to tell us that hedge funds are, scared, right, of the retail investors now. We already know this, man. We don't need somebody. We don't need somebody to come out and say that. But I'm not going to report them because again, I don't know if it's real. There's so many fake stuff out there, man. That's not even funny. Like hell, I can make it a fake account, right, and go on Twitter and say a bunch of stuff and then delete it myself. So that's how easy it is. That's how easy it is to do. It's like if one of you guys could go do it. You know what I mean? We don't need somebody to say that though. Why does the why doesn't Adam Aaron not formally request? Well, at the end of the day, man, Matt, is the SEC really going to look into it though? Like, let's be honest. And if they do look into it, we're going to get something in like 3 years, man. You know how long it takes the SEC to look through stuff? Like, I can understand though, Matt, if you haven't been in the market very long, man, but the SEC takes forever. We'll be here like, we'll be over here, man. We'll be skeletons and bones by the time they get back to us. Yo, thanks, B-Leg. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for supporting the broadcast. And I appreciate you guys that are here, you know, at the end of the day. I'm probably not your most, like, crazy, super hyped up person, but, man, again, I love the money markets. I've obviously been down with AMC and down with the movement since early January. I've been in other movements before about, you know, trying to show hedge funds who's boss. And we obviously... other squeezes, you know, throughout my 11 years of stocks, and especially the last 8 years, I've been in more heavily, but never something as a big social movement as AMC's been. I'd be satisfied with 2,000 shares. I mean, I hate dick, man. You gotta make your own assumptions there, right, on your own price points. That's fine. Again, you're not gonna get a lot of hate from me. I'd much rather spread positivity in their community than somebody spreading hate. I feel like that kind of hurts the movement. It makes the media look at us bad, and they'll start reporting that, you know, how like vicious we are and yada yada yada. I can only imagine what that would look like as well. It'd be nuts, dude. I can only imagine. So I try to spread more of a positivity, you know, in their community we have. Obviously, I know our community's not near as big. You and Trey are my faves. Hey, Derek, thank you, man. Thank you, man. Hey, Trey, Matt, all those guys are nice people, though. 100%. Yeah, it's all about Ape Nation. At the end of the day, man, like, you know, the way I like to look at it, I think you guys, man, are in the channel here, the community. You guys are the big people. Like, yeah, obviously, we're over here spreading the news and the info. But, man, community's number one. So you guys go in front of me. Right? I look up to you guys. So I don't look up to anybody else, man. I look up to the community at the end of the day. Ape Nation, man, is where it's at. Whether you're an ape or a bull, I don't care what you are. At the end of the day, man, hey, we're all within this movement together. And community's number one. I feel like that's what a lot of people kind of miss out on, man. It's how strong community can be. And right now, the hedge funds don't think we're strong at all, right? They're continuing to, you know, double down on their shorts and trying to push us down. Well, AMC's not done because the AMC, like, the push hasn't even started yet. They haven't even bought back into their shorts. It's already been proven. We've proven this plenty of times. Guys, if you guys haven't seen the video, man, that I posted, it literally proves what they're doing, right? I'll try to post it really quick. Let's see over here. Let's see. Where's it at? Yeah, right here it is. I can get the link if you guys want to watch what they're doing. They've done this before, right? They did this back in January, early January with GME. It goes on and on. It's happened before, just not as big as the areas as like something like AMC has been going on, right? Or GME even in general. If you guys haven't, I mean, this right here will explain it all for you. Right there, man, I break it down easily. What they're doing. They're using the options market. In layman's terms, they're using the options market, guys, to make it seem like they're covering their shorts, making the short interest numbers come down when they actually haven't even done that at all. And also, the short interest numbers don't count synthetics and naked shorts. It just doesn't count those numbers. They don't have to report those. You don't have to report them, man. Let's see here, man. Shares on loan have been outstanding for 40 plus days. Is there a time frame hedge funds will be forced to margin call? Well, if they do get margin called, right, the problem is with that, B-Leg, is they can pay a fee, a marginal fee, man. They can pay that fee and extend those shares on loan. So technically, they can extend those shares on loan as long as they want to, as long as it makes sense money-wise for them to do that. If they think they can save money by continuing to extend those shares on loan through those marginals, they'll continue to do that. If they think they're going to save money instead of them just buying back in and letting the squeeze happen. Now, eventually what happens is, man, you have this, it's almost like, think of like a barge, right? You have water pressure behind the barge, right? It's water pressure just pushing it. And eventually, man, the pressure will break for one of those hedge funds, and a medium-sized dog, it probably won't be a big dog, a medium-sized, fund that has a medium-sized shorts, they'll be the first one to buy back in to try to beat everybody else in. And then you'll see the market start flooding by everybody else trying to beat everybody else back into the market. Because obviously, if you're the last dog standing, you're paying a lot higher, a lot higher share, and you're losing a lot more money than somebody else would that would have bought in at the same time. Hopefully that makes out, man. And they could get margin call, Ty. Again, if the price continues to go up, right? The price continues to go up, and eventually they can get margined. And that's when you would honestly see that as well. I'm willing to more bet, though, that what happens is eventually one of these medium-sized dogs says, look, man, we're just going to lose a lot more money if we continue to hold these and we continue to buy these extensions. We're just losing more money no matter what. And AMC people aren't giving up. Let's just say it's next month. Let's say it's this month, right? Or it could be September. I don't know when it's going to be. Nobody knows when it's going to be. Obviously, quarter 2 numbers, quarter 3 numbers will definitely be times for it to happen, because then those numbers will be better, and they're seeing the company's a lot stronger than they think it is, and yada, yada, yada. And obviously, it could be when AMC gets added to the Russell. AMC gets added to the Russell, that adds more buying pressure as well on top of this. It could be when the Russell happens. It could be tomorrow. I don't know. Eventually, when those medium dogs are going to look at their sheet, they're going to look at their balance sheet and be like, look, this doesn't make sense. So they're going to be like, hey, we're going to try to beat everybody else back into the market. Yeah, we're going to lose lots of money, but hey, man, the next guy on the totem pole is going to lose a lot more money than we do. And then you're going to see the flood happen. It's going to be a floodgate. Tony, the problem is, man, realistic prices. Is everybody going to be hodling? If everybody's hodling, man, the realistic prices is astronomical, right? It's going to be crazy. If everybody's not hodling, man, and let's just say we're going on numbers, statistic numbers that people like to sell at. The first zone is $100. Then you got $250, $500, $700, and then $1,000. Those are just like, I'm not saying that's when you should sell. I'm saying that's, you can go and look at studies. I can bring the study up in a minute. I can probably find it. Those are just studies where when things do start squeezing, that's a lot of psychological numbers what people like to sell at. Now, people are holding past those zones, and we don't have a lot of people, like, let's say 4 or 5% of people sell. That's not really going to hurt the movement as much as let's say like a 15% chunk of people sell. That definitely is going to hurt the movement in terms of like us getting to like some crazy, crazy numbers. Hopefully that helps. But if people are hodling, man, and we own the float, we name the price they buy back in at. We name that price. Now, will the first big dog be able to buy back in at a decent price? Probably. But will the person behind him not get to buy back in at a decent price? Probably not. And then the next person, probably not. And it's going to get worse and worse as they go up. And then what happens is when we get high enough, the same thing's going to happen with GME, right? They're going to re-short again on the way down and try to recoup some of that money again. But at the end of the day, man, we can, if we all make it out good, we're fine, right? And not everybody's going to be able to sell at the very top. So just remember that as well. Nobody's a mind reader, though, guys. Nobody knows when that's going to happen, right? Like, I could say there's catalysts. We have the Russell. We get added to the Russell. That could be a catalyst, right? Q2 numbers could be a catalyst. Q3 numbers could be a catalyst. That'd be September. September area would be like catalyst. The reason why I said earlier, if I was going to buy options right now, my options, if I was buying them, would be September right here, because that's when we're going to get Q3 numbers. Now, I'm not saying Q2 numbers, might not throw us up, but if it happens, or if the Russell happens, then I would sell those September calls no matter what, take that money, and then buy shares. Because, again, those shares won't expire like the options would. And that's the reason why when people say, look, you should hold your options to the very end, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that, man. If you're up a lot on your options, go ahead and take your money, take that money, and then buy shares at least, because then those shares don't expire. You have those shares forever. It's a way to build wealth. Options are a way to build wealth. You just got to know how to use options. You got to know when to hold them, when to fold them, and when to get out, right? You probably shouldn't be holding that option forever. It just doesn't make sense to do that. Well, as long as we stay above $10, we'll get added to the Russell. Crack, and I don't see us. Do you guys see us drop below $10? I don't see that happening. Maybe we see some more flash crashes down to like 35 and back up to 40. I honestly think we'll see a good I think we'll see a good range around the 40 in terms of like a good, you know, a stable price. I'm not saying we might have some little smash dips again where we flash below that, but it seems like 40's been a very, very good spot where we've dipped off of and came right back up, right? We've had some really, really good resistance there. I don't see us going down below $10 though. I think we'll get added to the Russell, just like I think GME's gonna get added to the Russell as long as they stay above $70 and 10 cents. Guys, how much if I sell a kidney? I'm done, dude. I'm done. Oh God, you guys are crazy. I love it, man. Yo, what's up, Leonard? What's up, brother? Yo, Nashville's doing good, man. Nice weather today. They said there was going to storm a lot, but we haven't had any big storms yet, so that's great. It means I need to make a video in a little bit and then go mow the lawn, though. You know, RIP me, chat. RIP me. Yo, shout out to us suburban dads, man, with our lawn care, right, chat? Any other suburban lawn carers out here? We don't have like the biggest yard though. I mean, I think we have like what? I think we have right at an acre here. But hey, Sal, I am a nerd, man. Leave me alone, bro. Leave me alone. So tomorrow has a lot of $40 contracts. Yeah, I can look real quick. I can't remember. I haven't looked in a second. We looked a little bit ago, but I can't remember. There probably will be though. Let's look. See, we have what, 5,000 in the green right here. It'd be really nice though, man, if we can get back to 50, which is plausible. We could see a big push tomorrow. Honestly, we could. Though I will say, obviously, that usual. Fridays have been very, very crazy, but we've had such a downturn the last 2 days that maybe tomorrow will be a nice green day going into Monday. That's what I'm hoping on. We're up $1 in aftermarket, so maybe that will continue. And we can see that, you know, going into tomorrow. It'd be nice. And if you guys get up on your options, man, if we have a good push, remember, guys, don't be afraid to sell your options and then buy shares. Don't be afraid to do that, man. Don't be afraid. Then you can buy shares with that money, and then you have those shares forever. It's not like then you don't have to worry about your shares disappearing. Because obviously you can you know, get those pretty much expired and you're worthless. Do we have enough volume? Volume's okay. It's not bad. Like I mean, obviously we're at 221 million volume on the day. The only bad is the 200 million volume's nice. Just imagine if this 200 million volume today was upward push instead of downward push. We would be at $60+. Remember that. So being at a 200 million volume, it's not all about just like what the volume number is. It's all about which volume do we have. Today we had more sell volume, right, than buy volumes. And it was right here is where that bigger volume push down was. What I mean by that, imagine if this was upward push, and it would have been at 200 million. You'd be thinking this is great, right? You don't have to have like some astronomical volume numbers. Like 200+ million is really good, honestly. We can have some good pushes off 200 million volume. We obviously having like 800 million volume day would be nice. Do we honestly need that for sure to have a good push? No, we don't need that. It'd be nice. Just don't paper hand, man. Yeah, I mean, you're going to have new people that are in the market going to paper hand. Jason has Roland has a good idea. Shake your mic so there's some violence. Yeah, I'll probably get banned for this. It kind of looks weird. Man, if I get banned again on YouTube, man, I swear, Chad, I'm going to be so upset. If you guys didn't know, man, my video yesterday, man, explaining everything that's went on in the market got demonetized. It finally got re-monetized, but for the first, after the first 20, 30 minutes, it got demonetized. So then YouTube stopped pushing it. So that was fun. So a lot of people didn't really get to see the video yesterday, even though I put a lot of time and effort into it, but oh well, what can you do? I mean, that's honestly, how many, that's two videos in the past, what, week and a half that have been demonetized and not pushed. Kind of stinks. That's the Webull link. It's what I'm using for anybody that's asked about Webull. I am using Webull right there. But if you guys want to join our Discord channel, there's over 1,700 people in Discord. Love to have you guys. If you haven't hit the like button down below, hit the like button. Hit the sub button. Love to have you guys as well. I appreciate everybody being here, man, supporting the stream. Yo, what's up, Samuel? What's up, brother? What up, Duck Nash? What options do you recommend? Honestly, Justin, if I was buying options, I'd buy September calls. September, man. Let's see, man. How was it? Was trading halted earlier in the week, like 4 times a day during those? No. Well, the problem is, Todd, is the dives today we had. You have to have a dive, right? On these dives, like right here, you would have to have a dive. Like this right here is like negative 6%. On the dives down, you have to have at least 10%, right? 10% of a dive within about a 2-minute period. So we didn't have a 2-minute period here where we had a 10% dive. Now the other day when we were going up, we had periods where we had 10% within the 2-minute period going up. So that's why we had those suspensions. The suspensions are definitely nice on the way down. I'll agree, but today we didn't have like a crazy, like if this, let's just say like this one right here and this right here and this right here were together, all one big swoosh within 5 minutes, we probably would have got suspended right then for sure. But the numbers were correct there. I mean, I was watching that as well to see if we were going to get suspended on the way down. But we didn't get suspended on the way down because we didn't hit that mark that you need to get suspended. It's okay, though. It's all good, man. Again, I wouldn't really worry right now. If you guys are wondering why we had that big fallback today, it's because of those SI numbers today. Pre-market showed it like 20% on Ortex and others. And then as soon as market opened, about 15 minutes after that market opening, they dropped those SI numbers, you know, S3 partners, Ortex, dropped those numbers back down to the original like 12, 13% range, which is still, I think, is stupid. Lots of manipulation there. I don't think they should be dropping them that low because they're obviously not that low. You were wrong back in May, so why drop those back down again? If you were wrong in May, why? I don't get that. And I feel like that right there created a little bit of a negativity, and that created a little bit of selling pressure. And then obviously, once a hedge fund sees some selling pressure or any kind of way they can create any kind of sell-off going on, they're going to jump in on that. And that's what happened. They jumped in, man, and took advantage of those SI numbers looking like they're going down more. They just jumped on that. I don't get why Ortex and others did that, but it is what it is, man. You can't do nothing about it. So it's just a lot. All I get from that, man, is a lot of manipulation going on. Hold a lot of AMC stocks. Do you think it'll be better tomorrow or next week? Honestly, I think tomorrow we could see a good day because we've had such a bad day the last couple of days. But I'm not 100% sure because, again, you guys know, just like I know, Fridays have been very, very hard, man. You remember the battle for 801? In other battles we've had on Fridays, oh, man. I'm hoping that these last 2 days of negativity don't bleed into tomorrow. Maybe we see some positivity in the aftermarket hours, and then tomorrow, pre-market, we see positivity as well, and that leads into at least us, having at least, even if it's just a positive 1% tomorrow, I don't care. It'd be nice just to have a nice positive day heading into next week, right? I'm not saying we could definitely see some pressure tomorrow, though, from hedgies, man, pushing down again, though. Yeah, well, I'll be looking out for any kind of catalyst tomorrow that comes out that could be used for hedge funds to create any kind of selling pressure. I'll be looking. I'll let you guys know as soon as I know it, and as soon as I can see any of it. I'm hoping tomorrow, though, since we've had such this little turmoil the last couple of days, that Friday will be a good day for us and we can pump up. Well, the delayed orders, though, I mean, there's nothing to really talk about that right there, honestly, Junior. I mean, what are we going to talk about? The orders, we already know the orders are being delayed. The SEC is going to look into it. We're going to hear in like, what, 2025? I have a small faith in SEC, guys. I just do. My faith in SEC is so small. I get what you're saying there, man, Scrappy. I get it. But the problem there is like, if the SEC looks into it, how long is it going to take for us to get the SEC back, right? How long are we going to wait? I'm not 100% sure there. My cost average is 8K on 625. $73. Okay, let's see. Should I just ride them out to expiry or try to roll tomorrow or early next week? Man. You could roll those on to next week. You could, Mason. If you're looking for the bounce back up, say we bounce back into like 55 or something like that, you could roll those. You could definitely roll those. Just remember, guys, if you guys are buying options, personally, myself, I like buying options that are at least 3 to 4 months out. I get that you pay a little bit more premium, but you're hedging yourself against any kind of craziness, especially on AMC right now. We know there's going to be ups and downs in the market on AMC. At least you're hedging yourself. You're giving yourself 4 months or even 3 months or whatever. I get that you're paying a little bit higher premium, man, but you're giving yourself some months to be able to be up. And if you get up very good on one, don't be afraid to sell them. And then buy shares. Buy shares with that money. Shares don't expire, right? That's what options to me are all about, man. Options to me are about making some money and then throwing that money back into the market for actual shares. That's what I do with option money most of the time. Like when I'm playing options for my Tesla, or if I'm paying options, for Neo or Xpeng or ChargePoint or any of the ones I've done, right? PLTR and others. Usually I'm using those option money, man, to just throw back into the market to make more shares. Just like I did with AMC. That's how I got my AMC shares up again. I even bought more this morning because of those options I sold last week when we're up above $70. I sold those $10 option calls I had for December that I've had, back in April. Guys, I'm not going to tell you guys, I can't tell you guys when the squeeze is going to happen. Nobody knows that. The squeeze will happen when the first medium-sized dog, and what I mean by that is like fund, right, or hedge, man, buys back in. You're not going to see the big dog buy back in first. It's going to be like you'll see like a medium-sized dog, man. It won't be a small one either. It's usually a medium one. They'll buy in, and then the floodgates will open. And that's when it's going to be like GME was. If you guys remember GME, GME could have went a lot higher than it was. I think GME could have at least broke, the $1,000 mark if they didn't get halted by, Robinhood and others from the liquidity issues, aka saving hedge funds. It would have rocketed further. But what happened there, man, you seen a medium-sized dog ball back in. It was a couple million shares, and then all of a sudden the floodgates opened. And it was like jumping from windows, man, trying to get out of there, bro. It was crazy. I got five $6.18 $36 calls for AMC. Thinking of rolling them tomorrow, or should I hold through next week since in the money maybe 6. I think next week's going to be a better week. So for me personally, I would probably if you get up big, right? Let's say we get back to let's just say $55-$60 area. I would honestly think about exercising on them, and then buying on some of the dips we have. DZ, that's what I would do. It's that's what I did. I had $10 calls for December. Mine were December, right? So I had December calls at the $10 mark. I bought those back in April for around. It was cheap. It wasn't the most cheap, but I think the stock price was like $8 back then, or $7, something like that. I bought $10 calls for December. And I sold those, though, beforehand because, again, I knew there's going to be lots of some volatility in the market. So I figured I'd sell those when we're up very big, and then I would buy shares with those, which is what I did. That was my whole plan in the first. I think it's the best way to do it. Tail end of Andrew Money live chat today shows possible Citadel leak from employee. Check it out. Yo, Christian, I went over this. I already went over this again. I went over this a lot. I personally think the Emily thing was fake. Myself, again, you or me or anybody can make a fake account and then delete it, right? And say a bunch of crazy stuff. The problem with that is that I don't want to really report that too much, is because any kind of news could be honestly used as like a FUD-wise. I'm not saying I shouldn't even call it fear, right? It's more just misinformation. And what happens if everybody gets up and high on that, and all of a sudden it comes out that it was fake? And then everybody's like down morale again, and then you got people selling because they're like, it's never going to happen. This is all lie, yada yada yada, and it creates more misinformation than it even needs to be. Now I just don't think it's real though. I feel you. Thank you so much for the $5. Me personally, I don't think that whole thing was real. I just seen so many different weird accounts like that come out and be fake. If I don't know 100%, I don't want to really report on it. If that makes sense. Yo, DZ, you're good, man. You're good. Yeah, again, if you get up really big on those, I wouldn't be afraid to exercise those and then just buy shares with it. To me, man, I use options as a way to get more money to buy more shares. That's how I've always used options for the most part. I like using options for that. I've done that for as long as I can remember. I like use again. You can do it to build capital, right, and build money quicker. But again, I would rather pay the higher premium, buy out, say 3 to 4 months at least. And sometimes I bought, Neo, like my Neo options, stuff like that I bought, like Tesla, they're all like a year and a half out, right? But I'll at least go at least 4 months. And then if you get up good on those, just go ahead and sell them because there's going to be some dips here and there. And then buy the dips with that money. That way you have the shares. And then that way you don't have to worry about them expiring. And then you can always go ahead and buy some more with that money again. So there isn't a 15 to 20 delay in orders. Well, you're talking about the problem is, I don't know if there's not enough transparency in the order flows. And that's what I went over yesterday. In yesterday's video, if you go back and watch yesterday's video, I went over that. The SEC, obviously Gensler, he said he wants to look into it, right? But even if they look into it, when are we going to hear from them, man? The SEC's so slow. We're going to hear some half-butt answer in 2025 about it? Maybe, if we're lucky. How do you pick a good stock for options? Well, I mean, me personally, I like to go into some of my more long-term plays. I love EV plays. I like charging plays. Let's say future alternative energy plays, right? Things like that I like to buy. I like those companies a lot. Even some of our let's just say fintech companies, right? Like your PayPal, your Payoneer, and others like that, Square Trade. I like those companies. So I'll buy forward options for those, right? Whereas you can buy, forward options as well for AMC if you're in it for the squeeze, because that way you can hold them as long as you want to until they expire, obviously. So if you get up really big, you want to sell those and then buy back some of these dips we're going to have. SEC are smart. They got smart money, bro. You know what I mean? Smart money, man. We're dumb money. Hedge funds. Well, you got to remember, though, Draco, hedge funds have been shorting lots of other stocks, right? Hedge funds have been shorting lots of other stocks. It doesn't mean you can't make money on other stocks. You can make money there. Just make sure you guys aren't going to be long-term. Like Clove was a great play if you're in it for the short term. If you're buying in Clove and you're getting out of Clove within a couple days, again, Clove isn't something you go and sell your AMC shares for to buy into Clove and hold it long-term. That's silly. If you had let's say you had an extra couple $100 you want to throw into Clove back before it squares, I wouldn't do it anymore. And then you got it out, say, a couple days later, that's fine. There's other areas to make money at, and you can throw that money back into AMC. And that throws a cogwheel into those hedge funds too, man. They're like, wow, they're making money here and then throwing into this stock. Now, where the FUD comes in is where they're saying sell your AMC stocks to buy this stock, right? Take an option. I already have options on CCIV, man. I already have options on CCIV, though. And I have 3,500 shares of CCIV as well. If you're going to buy Clove, you should have bought Clove back when it was $5 or right, $6 to $8 area. And I would have sold Clove at 20, 25. Somewhere around in there. It's not a long-term thing either. And you can kind of follow the social media movements right now on those things. But again, I wouldn't be staying long-term in those companies. If you guys are looking to make money there, I would not be staying long-term though. Those are more like get in and get out kind of things. Not something you want to be holding on to forever. Yo, I want to mention something real quick. If you guys haven't, make sure to hit the sub button as well. Love to have you guys come back and hang out. I think we're 30 away from the 20K. Be awesome. And if you guys haven't hit the like button below, think about doing that as well. I appreciate everybody being here, man, and supporting the broadcast and supporting AMC. You look a lot like Christian Bale. I get that a lot in real life too. Don't worry. I get Christian Bale more than anything. If you haven't, man, to make sure to join the. It shouldn't be out anyway. I might have been looking the wrong direction for a second, and it probably cuts out a little bit when you look that way more. If you haven't joined our Discord, join Discord though, chat. Awesome group of people in Discord. I think over 1,700 people now. Let's see, what are we expecting tomorrow? If you already answered, yeah, I've answered it a lot, Randy. I honestly, personally think we're definitely gonna be seeing the hedge funds trying to fight against us tomorrow. It's Friday. They always do this on Fridays. I'm hoping though, since we've had such, these last 2 days have been downward days, like 13% every day. I'm hoping tomorrow is that we see at least a somewhat of a positive day. It doesn't matter how much positive it is. It'd be nice just to see some green over there. It'd be nice, though, if tomorrow we can close above 45, which I think is plausible. I think we can close above 45 tomorrow and maybe push 50. New Year, and moving to my boat. So we put up 4 beds, detached 500K house for sale here in UK. Oh, really? That's awesome, man. That is awesome. Should I accept Doge or be safe and go Bitcoin? Help me decide. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's lots of volatility right now in the market on both, right? Most people will probably tell you go to a Bitcoin, obviously, crypto gamer. But I mean, it's up to you. I mean, if you bought Doge and then if you took the Doge and then like a week later they say you can buy Teslas with it, then it goes back up to 70+ cents, and then you're definitely way more money. It doesn't matter because I think either one's gonna go up though in price and value over time. I think the crypto market's always going to, I think it'll go up anyway, especially over the next 5 years. It's going to go up a ton. I think you're going to see lots of good movement in the crypto market going over especially towards the end of the summer months. You sold your horses to buy AMC. Oh, Lord, not the horses. Not the horses, man. How's it halting when a price is way up and when it comes back down, drops close to 100% or more? Wait a second. How is halting when a price is way up and when it comes back, it drops close to 100% or more? What do you mean by that? You're talking about like the halts and the prices? Well, you have to have a stock drop about 10%, a 10% movement in about a 2-minute time frame for a stock to get short or get suspended on the way up or down. Well, my price point for cents, if they get FAA approvals all the way and everything goes good there, I think then you're gonna see. I think then we'll see probably like $10 on cents, $8 to $10, and I think cents could be a good long-term play, especially if you bought below $3 area. If you bought below the $3 area for like a long-term play, then cents is great for that. Again, as somebody, you guys don't know, obviously, as somebody that does have type 1 diabetes and obviously has a pump and everything. Like anybody in that field, whether it's Sense or Abbott or Dexcom and others, man, that are in that field, like I'm always supportive of because again, it's innovating in that area. So I do have Sense. I have Sense long term. So and I also have some Sense call options that expire in December 2022. So I think Sense could do very well. I don't see them going anywhere anyway. They already have like one thing already FDA approved. I think they're fine, honestly. If you're new to the market, just buy shares. But the problem is, though, Mike, is a lot of people, okay, never mind. The problem with that is that you have a lot of people, man, that get very, very scared. They get very, very scared, man, of any kind of bigger movements like that. So they start freaking out, man. It's like, oh God, they freak out on everything. But I guess at that point it is what it is. Oh, I didn't know what happened. I was like, what just happened? There we go. It got smaller. What time am I on to? I'm probably about to chop at 5 o'clock because I gotta make a video too today. I still gotta do a video today. I also gotta mow the lawn today, man. I gotta be dad life it out. I got 92 million hash panda drop. Nice, Gilbert. Good stuff, man. Good stuff, bro. I mean, dude, yeah, crazy. Again, man, it's hard to shake me because I've been in the market for 11 years. So it's honestly hard to get me shaken up. I've been through I've been through the market crash, right, man? I've been through a lot of stuff. This last market crash we had in March. So I've been through a lot of that stuff, man. So it's hard to really shake me anymore. At this point, man, I'm like, okay, I'll buy some on the low, right? It doesn't really, I'm very just laid back. You know what I mean? I'm 32 years old. I got 3 kids. It's hard to shake me, man. I'm an old man, right? I'm just old. Probably starting to get some gray in my beard. I'm not worried about it, man. Whatever happens, happens. I do know the long term, though, is that AMC could really skyrocket. Crazy, and it's still that way. Yo, wife changing money. You better sign the prenup first, man, or the wife will be taking the changing money. Well, not all of it, but some of it. I'm a strong holder on Game and AMC, but after the vote results, I saw people say it's not going to squeeze. What's your thought? What do you mean by not going to squeeze, Mr. Famous? So I'm confused about the vote. Like, how did the vote say it wasn't going to change then? You know what I mean? I think people are crazy. They're probably, I'm going to guess they're maybe, people spreading FUD probably. It's probably what it is. That changed nothing. The vote count didn't change anything. What's that change? Any financial, I'm not a financial advisor, guys. I did go to school though for finance, right? So I went to school for finance and business finance in general. So I know finances. I know the money markets in and out. I study the money markets on the daily. I work within the money markets myself, right? So it's like, I know a lot of ins and outs, but again, I'm not getting paid to be a financial advisor. So honestly, I can get in trouble for doing that. I can also, YouTube could bot me again. I've been bot 3 times before already. I don't want to get my channel banned again, chat. If you guys are wondering why I got banned for, every time I get banned, like YouTube says, I keep getting mass reported for violence and harmful content. And it's always over AMC. Again, I feel like I'm the one that's gotten. I'm not even the biggest streamer either. I'm the one that gets attacked more than anybody. I feel like. So good lord. Like any video I've been putting out over the last over the past week and a half has been smushed down because YouTube's not pushing it anymore because my channel's been ripped so many times. It's so bad, dude. And that's the reason why I appreciate you guys that like and comment on the channel on all the videos. Some of you guys' comments are getting deleted, by the way, too. I don't know what's happening there. I've been in contact with YouTube. Even my comments on my videos are getting deleted. So if you guys see me comment your comment twice because my comment got deleted, RIP, man. It's been rough out here, bro. It's been rough, man. The violent investor. I'm probably like the most laid back person ever. That's the funny issue there. It's like, man, I'm like so far from being violent. It's not even funny. I'm like probably the least violent person on YouTube. I'm like a big skinny teddy bear, dude. Gonna report you, man. To Chief, don't do it, bro. Don't do it. It's been rough, though, man. It's been rough on all the videos, dude. Every time I post a video, man, it's like number 9 or number 10 and getting pushed down. Just like yesterday, we posted that video yesterday, man. What happened? Pretty much exposing, like, what the SEC and people are doing, right? What happened? 10 minutes after the video goes live, it gets demonetized and stops getting pushed by YouTube. Then guess what I did? I took the SEC out of the. I changed the title of the video, right? I changed the title of the video, submitted a request to, obviously, put it back on for getting monetized again. And guess what? I got approved. So I don't know if it was just me, like, calling out the SEC in the video that is, or what, dude? Who knows, man? Who knows? But this is the second video I've been bopped on, right? Over the past week and a half. I've been banned 3 times. I got terminated. My whole channel got terminated. It's been rough out here, bro. My name gets you, dude, probably violent. You're probably right, dude. You're probably right, man. I don't know anymore. For you guys that asked, man, I am using the webull right there, brother. I am using the webull right there as well. If you sign up, again, put $100 and you get those 2 free stocks worth up to $1,800. The bigger thing, though, it's cool, though, is you get these tier 2 NASDAQ views right here for 3 months as well. Let's see here. I have 20K shares of SNDL. What's your thought? What's your price? What's your price on that, Mike? What's your price, man? How can you explain how if the story in reverse repos will affect the squeeze? I mean, if anything, I feel like at that point, man, I think it'll push it up even further at that point. The violent trader. Dude. Oh, man. It's still funny to me, though. So you have it at $1.07. Again, I still think Sundial's like a $1.50 stock. Not saying it can't go higher than that, though, Mike. I've always felt like it was $1.50. And if you could buy it around $1 and then push it and then wait for it to go back into $1.50 or so, you could sell back and forth. We've seen a lot of people doing that back in the day. At the end of the day, I don't know a ton about Sundial. It just seemed like a really good stock that had, well, not really good stock, I mean, but it just seemed like it had a really good price target right around $1.50. But I wouldn't be in. I'm not going to be buying in the Sundial for long term. I'd rather, if I was going to buy into weed stocks myself, I'd be buying like for long term Canopy Growth, places like that. is what I'd be buying more long term. I feel like more, me personally, I feel like Sundial's more of just like a cash get out, you know what I mean, over and over again, as people have been pushing that way. But that doesn't mean we can't see another push in weed plays again, right? That's what happened a while back, so it doesn't mean it can't happen. He gets peed off and goes off-roading. Oh, God, dude. Should I buy CCIV puts expiring on June 18th? I'm not going to be buying any puts, man. I don't know. Again, I like CCIV. I have call options in CCIV myself. I have, 3,500 shares in CCIV as well. I like CCIV for the long term. I'm in it for the long term anyway. But, I mean, you do you, man, at that point. You do you, my man. What time? It's already 5:01. No! Yo, chat, I think that's going to be it for me, man. I gotta research video, get video out before 8 o'clock. If you guys haven't, make sure to smack the like button below. Hit that little bell notification as well. Hit that sub button. That way you guys know when the video goes live. I will be having a video out probably in about 2.5 hours because I have to research and do everything, man. I haven't got to look into a lot of stuff today. I like doing a lot of in-depth stuff on my videos. So, and if you guys haven't watched the video that I put out yesterday or the one before that about how they're covering shares right now, covering shares to the option market, make sure you guys watch that. It's a very, very interesting video. Definitely watch those things. Those things both got depressed by YouTube. Spread the truth out there, man. RIP me from YouTube. YouTube out here hating, man. It is what it is at the end of the day. I do appreciate everybody coming. Anybody who donated today, thank you guys. Again, those things allow me to support my family and do all those things and continue to be able to stream. So I appreciate you guys as well. And the fam that's always here, thank you guys for always being here, man. I notice you guys that are here on the daily. Don't get me wrong, I do. Join the Discord. Discord link in the description as well. And if you guys haven't, we finally got our thing for public. If you sign up with this link right here for public, it's a social. It's more of a social app. If you put $1 in or any more than that, it's a social investing platform. It's a little bit different than other investing platforms. They're only open during the trading hours as well. But if you put $1 in to the platform or more, you get a $70. You get a stock worth $70, which is cool. Right there's that link. Crazy, small resemblance to Jason. Jason is too violent, man. I tell you about it, mind. I'm sorry, brother. I get that we are at war, but I just heard that the Price Act is now right. Just did a T10 and now not a T2 to settle. Just real or fun. I'm going to look into that today. Ty D, thank you so much for reminding me about that too. I almost forgot. I'll look into it, man. I'll look into it. If there's a lot in there, man, I'll report on it. Yo, Chief C, just want to support you. Yo, Chief, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. That also makes you the top donor of the day before the end of the stream, you big nerd. You big old nerd. I love you, man. Seriously. Thank you for supporting me and the family, though. Anybody that's been here today, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you guys haven't joined our Discord, I'll post the link, man. Join our Discord channel, chat. Join the Discord channel. Hit the sub button before you guys head out, though. Hit the little like button down below. I'd love to have you guys come back and hang out. Got your after-hours ride shares, man. Oh, good Lord. Ride? Oh, man. I thought they were out of money right now. I don't know, man. I thought that was the last thing I saw about Rise. They were out of money. Let's see. What was the whole? That was okay. The ORF thing today. One, it's been shorted, right? It's a medical stock. They have a pre-approval, a good odds going into their FDA, and that's the reason why you've seen the push up. It all played out just right, though. It's more of like get in, get out really quick, though. Have you seen the $40 strike price for June 18th, bro? That's 400K contracts. Yeah, I'm hoping we can break through that, too. Honestly, Ghost, I think for June 18th, I think we can break above the $50 mark. And maybe 55 going into next week, maybe more. I'm just trying to say more, have those numbers down. I think we can break above that, honestly. I really do. Yeah, chat, make sure you guys join the Discord, though. I appreciate everybody being here, man. AMC Black Friday, how about I do it, man? All right, guys. I don't want to answer too many more questions because I need to get out here and study a video and get the video out. Hit the sub button, hit the bell notification, hit the like button down below. I appreciate you guys that sub or that hit the likes and comment on all the videos we post. And share them, man. If you guys can share those videos on Reddit, Twitter, other places, think about sharing them. It definitely helps out. Gets more people, knowing about AMC and gets the information out there. I appreciate you guys. Found some AMC synthetic shares on Trader. Oh God, I'll see you guys in Discord. I'm done, Chief C. I'm done, dude. I love you guys. Everybody stay safe. And remember, guys, hold on. Don't give in to the FUD, though. There's lots and lots and lots of FUD in the market. I will see you guys later on the video. Peace out, guys. Stay safe, chat. Stay safe.